What is up, people, and happy Thanksgiving if you're listening to this on Wednesday or Thursday. And I hope you had a great Thanksgiving if you're listening to it on Friday and welcome to the holiday seasons. We are now entrenched and running towards Christmas, so be ready. That said, this episode did mark a little bit of me finally remembering that it was our 6th anniversary this month. So this is the 6th year of our podcast. We don't do anything special this episode, but we do have a episode that turned out to be fun and special because it was me, Bender, and Tom, and we just went all over the place. So much so that Bender at one point goes, "Man, this episode's filled with tangents." And I said, "Yeah, bro, that's what we do. We don't have to point it out. We just do it." So that's what it's all about. I mean, I could not summarize everything we talked about in here. Just know a lot of Netflix topics, a lot of Ghostbusters Afterlife, a lot of really bad jokes about China and Eric Clapton's son, which is near the end. So be ready because I really brought the cringeworthy comedy in that point. That said, we missed Jay. Jay says he's going to be back next week. I don't know that I have anything else left to talk about other than I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope the holidays are going to treat you right. And here it comes right after the bomb, which is now. I don't want to alarm you here in case you're missing them, but there's red flags.
Yeah. I know. There's more red in that flag than China.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Speaking of China, are we just going to start this episode right here?
Sure.
All right. We are back. This is a triumphant. This is a 3-man podcast. It is
the tripod.
It is not Jay, who has family coming in town, but then again, don't we all? It is. Oh no,
half my family's leaving town. I'm not going to Florida.
That's very rare for the Benders household.
That's weird. I'm like, whatever. Have fun, guys.
So now that you know Bender's plans for Turkey Day, it's Bender, myself, and the Silver Badger. 2 weeks in a row.
I've reclaimed the number 3 spot, baby.
Moving up the ladder.
I don't think that's true.
I said, because you mentioned something, and it wasn't one of the topics I was going to talk about, but it bears bringing up because it's pretty prevalent in the world of sports. What about Chinese tennis players right now?
They're going missing.
Yeah.
There's another one?
No, it's just the one.
Just the one? They still haven't found her?
Well,
they found her.
They found her, and she supposedly...
Is she alive?
She talked to the World Tennis Association president on a private call, and he said she expressed her desire for her privacy at this point in time. But then he also said, I think she was told to do that. And then there was a lot of...
Slightly off camera, there was like a gun coming in and out of
Well, then there was a lot of pictures and videos that they released of her out for dinner and stuff, and everybody was like, a professional, like, deepfake guy said, the shadows don't match. Like,
really?
Yeah, he's like, no. Yeah, that girl she ain't dead, she dead soon. Because here's the thing, no matter...
They gotta just let her go.
Well, no matter how they spin it, they've erased her existence off the internet.
Yeah.
So something nefarious is going on there.
Yeah.
What's her name? Peng Zhao? Something like that? Free Peng
I don't
Zhao?
want to insult the 2 Asians who listen to our podcast, but it's Pengsuai.
Peng Shui. Peng Shui.
I would have said Peng Shui.
Let's go out on a limb and say the Chinese doubles tennis player, and we'll just let everyone else name her.
Yes.
But hashtag free the Chinese double tennis player is a little too long for the Twitters, but it's just a crazy story.
Also, we should probably learn her name.
Here's the thing. Well, yeah, because doubles tennis is so big. Here's the thing. China's the evil empire, right? I mean, so there goes our ability to distribute in China.
Has anything really changed since the 70s? Because Russia's pretty bad too.
Yeah,
It's definitely Russia's number one. They just don't have the infrastructure that China has.
Let's call it what it is, though. China is government, like they're Vader, and it's the empire, and they make people disappear, and they control their people, and all that stuff. Russia's ran by mafia.
Yes.
So at least we know. I mean, they elected the biggest mafia guy.
Yeah.
So, but the good news in Russia, though, if you're a professional athlete, super successful, say Khabib Nurmagomedov, who was a UFC, one of the best pound-for-pound wrestler, he's like got it made in Russia. Like, he's living large because he was such a flag bearer, and Putin calls him his best friend. Now, all you got to do is not like accidentally You gotta, every time Putin wants to wrestle with you, you gotta throw the match.
Yeah.
If you accidentally flip him over, then your family gets killed.
All right,
Yeah.
let's take some bets. Now I'm curious. Who do you think has the better democracy rating of the two?
Oh,
Probably.
gotta be Russia.
So we're
I
split
think
vote
it's
here.
China. I think it's got to be China.
I
because
would
they
think
do a lot
Russia.
Of world building around the world. They're putting inroads in, all over Africa and India.
Yeah, but one, we're talking about democracy rating though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one of them censors everything, and the other kills gay people.
True.
Yeah, but Russia also censors everything, and also China likes to make itself at least look like they're a democratic country in the world stage, where Russia's like, we'll just kill you.
One gives us vodka, the other a flu.
The other one gives us everything else.
ruining.
One gave us a band called Pussy Riot. I mean,
Oh,
that's a
that's
fucking
right.
great
That's
name.
right.
True. I've never heard one song.
And the other gave us the 5, 6, 7, 8s
Yeah.
in Pulp Fiction, Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe that was Japan actually.
So
China, isn't it?
it's Russia.
No, it's gotta
really?
be Russia.
Russia is ranked 124, and China is ranked
Dead last.
151.
North Korea.
Damn,
Where's
that is
North
pretty
Korea? Give
bad.
us some frame of reference. Where's North Korea at?
167.
How many countries are there?
I think 190-ish.
They would just free Taiwan.
Who?
They bump right
I
up
really
to
want to.
99.
I want to know who is 190 something. The
It's
last.
got to be something in Africa, I would think.
Who's dead last? Yeah,
Or some small
it's probably New Jersey.
All right, what did I say? 167
It's
for North
a lot.
Korea?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is not ranked in numerical order.
Oh,
so
okay. It's in
not
alphabetical order. Is there a
it-
sort by?
not on my phone.
Google least democratic country. This is
Kill for time.
Yeah, no, we're doing good. This is gold. People are getting geopolitically and educated here.
I'm going through all of Africa. Nope, North Korea is dead last.
Oh, I was
I was gonna say.
While you were there, did you smell the rains down in Africa?
No, Toto.
Are we ready to get back into
Do
the
you know
episode?
Rosanna was made by Rosanna Arquette? That was what the song was.
Really? For real? Really?
Yeah.
She was smoking hot back in the day.
She was.
All those
Rosanna Arquette was
all
Yeah.
those Arquettes age badly.
Yeah.
A lot of plastic surgery, a lot of death matches.
Is there only 3 of them?
I don't know. There's Patricia, Rosanna, David. There's got to be one more. They're like Baldwins.
I think there's one more, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's famous. I did not bring. I mean, actually, let me rephrase it. I did bring a lot to the table, but other than one main topic, I brought a lot of throw it to Missy kind of stuff.
Okay.
Which I can just rename the segment today for me, the Netflix segment, because everything I got is Netflix related.
Interesting.
Okay.
Which says a lot about Netflix, I think.
They're kind of coming back a little bit.
Yeah, after Disney Plus passed them, but we'll get onto that. We've got to first off, let's dial it back because there's a couple of things. Well, one, it's Turkey Day. As this is going to be released on Wednesday, I'm sure most people are going to listen to it while they're making their turkey dinner or avoiding their wives or what have you. I just
Kids.
I just
Avoiding your kids.
assume our listeners are predominantly male.
Probably.
But other than that,
Prove us wrong.
I forgot to bring this up, but about 2 weeks ago, it was our 6th anniversary.
Oh.
6 years of this show.
This
yeah.
podcast is in kindergarten.
Yeah. Nobody pays us still, but that's cool.
Is there like a 3 or 4 times multiplier? Like there's a 7 times multiplier for dogs, so like we're like 24 in podcast years now.
Something like that.
Probably, yeah.
We really hit our stride.
I'm going to be honest with you. Out of all of us, the most change is your gray hair.
Yeah, probably.
Nah, my widow's peak's getting a little deeper.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're starting to you're getting close to like
Bender got ink.
Yeah,
did
yeah,
get ink.
you're getting close to like TV bad guy.
Yeah.
Widow's peak.
Yeah.
Like you could be the next Harry Osborn.
Yeah, I'm alright with that.
Hey, speaking of Harry Osborn, before we get into the Ghostbusters, which I want to talk about,
You didn't see it?
we sat here and watched the Spider-Man trailer as it got debuted last week.
It looks good.
Something I didn't notice in that first one. That is Harry's son is also in there, right? Harry Osborn's son.
Yeah, that looked like him.
Is
the
it
second
going
Goblin?
to be
No.
James Franco?
No, there's no way.
I know, man.
He's still canceled.
I know.
But there's
Dave
hope.
Franco should play it.
Is he
Oh,
still?
that'd be cool.
Is James Franco still canceled?
Yeah,
Even Seth Rogen, as Die Hard, said, "I'm going to make no more
Yeah.
movies with him." That's his ride or die, man.
Damn.
Yeah, I think he lost his
What, he raped 2 girls?
allegedly.
Dude, get it right. We're all about transparency
yeah, I
and
think
letter
it
of
was
the
at
law.
least-
This
Hey, I
way.
asked that in form of a question.
Yeah. It was. I think it was at least 2 on that one where he was like a rapper dude. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
the
that-
Miami one.
Yeah, the movie that he did
Yeah.
with the girls. I can't think of the name of it, but
And
we
then,
watched it.
I did not. And then there was a couple other movies there was a creeper on too, apparently.
It's too bad that he is a creeper because the guy did a lot of stuff and he's pretty talented.
Yeah, he's very talented.
Yeah, it's too bad that Bill Cosby was such a creeper. Because
he was notably one of the most talented stand-ups of all time.
We never got
Too
Naked
bad
Gun.
Harvey Weinstein never made a good movie.
We never got Leonard Part 7.
We never got Naked Gun 4. God damn it. We were really... I bet there's a multiverse out there where there's a Naked Gun 4 and it's a delight.
There's a multiverse out there where Bill Cosby was raped 327 times. It's just the reverse.
Oh, Theo!
OJ.
There you go. What a world.
Yeah.
We go down that rabbit hole forever. But speaking of other worlds, or at least other worlds invading ours, we won't give you a lot of details, but I do want to talk about Ghostbusters Afterlife because I went and saw it Sunday with the family, and I did send this message to Matt F. Basler. Mm-hmm. I sent a message and said, check this out. Shane Presley comes up to me about a month ago and says, or 2 months ago at this point, says, hey, we should all go see the Ghostbusters as a joint podcast trip and do a podcast after, telling us what we should do on our podcast. And then that son of a bitch, day of, had the audacity to cancel on us.
And you paid for his ticket.
And I paid for it high and dry for a whopping $13. Now,
Man, you should Venmo him.
Now, he probably is listening to this. He's probably going, but Jeremy, I'm getting you in to see my Posse in Effect Friday night, which he is, which I'm going.
Okay.
But at this point, it might be a little too late, Shane, is all I'm saying. I sent that message to Matt Basler, and Matt Basler goes, it doesn't surprise me. But, yeah, Shane had free labor and in-laws, or family members, to help finish a porch project at his house.
Yeah.
So he was like, dude, I can't leave early. I'm like, no, you can't leave your own house's project.
Hey,
Yeah.
so let me know how this goes, guys. I'll see you in 2.5 hours.
Yeah. He did text later and asked how good it was, and so let's start there. How good was it, Ben?
I was nostalgically giddy the whole thing. I thought it was so much fun.
I'm gonna lay a baseline for a frame of reference. Ghostbusters 1 was a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
To me, Ghostbusters 2 was a 4.
Okay.
That's a pretty high rating for 2.
2's good.
This one, to me, and I'm going to get my rating out of the way right in the middle, land right in the middle.
Yeah.
4.5.
Nice.
It's the trilogy we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get rid of Ghostbusters. What do they call it? They now have a name for it.
Woke Ghostbusters?
Yeah, Wokebusters.
Yeah.
Busters.
I don't know, but there is like Jason Reitman came out this week and said that I enjoyed that movie and some of the things it did. I mean, Chris Hemsworth was awesome in it, which is probably not what people want.
Probably not.
It was just too much. Like, I listened to this other podcast, and these guys were like, there was nothing really wrong with the movie.
I wasn't aware there
It's
were
just
other podcasts out
It's
there.
just a lot of the gags ran too long. And,
Oh, yeah.
and that's the problem. The movie just took forever, and it was kind of dumb.
Well,
and none of the characters really fell it. Like, Egon's supposed to be the serious one, and what's her name?
Kate.
Kate. No, not
Leslie
Kate McKenna.
Jones.
Oh.
The other one.
Tina Fey? No. What's her face? Oh my gosh, we're terrible. This
Molly
podcast is-
McButter.
Yeah, the one from
Mike and Molly, I think.
Saturday. They're all from Saturday Night Live.
Kristen Wiig. Kristen Wiig.
Thank you.
All right.
Should have been the serious one, and she really wasn't all that serious. She was kind of goofy too.
Okay, well,
Why so serious?
Let's get back on the rails, though, because you brought up pacing and some things you didn't like about that one. I thought this movie was paced, and I don't mean this as an insult, as a slower build,
Yeah.
which worked so well for me. In fact, the reason it worked so well because every kid from Finn Wolfgard to the girl that played Phoebe, I can't think of her name. Yeah, something like that. To Paul Rudd, whose role is way smaller than you expect.
Yeah. But he nails it to a T.
But he's an understated Paul Rudd, which is great. To my new favorite actor in Hollywood, the kid that plays Podcast.
Yeah.
That kid, the Asian kid, I believe he's Asian.
Yeah.
He's so good in this movie. He acts as what you would expect the Paul Rudd in almost every scene. His character, we have
He's the comedic relief in every scene.
instead of a Slimer, we have a Muncher.
Muncher?
Yeah. In fact, the main character Phoebe is clearly the main character of it. She's so dry. She's clearly Egon Spengler's granddaughter.
Yep.
She's so dry. And
she's wearing his glasses
Yeah.
and has his hair. So
Yeah.
It's not really all that
nailed
shocking.
it. But she has jokes like they're
And they're terrible.
Clearly, at some point, her mom said, "You need to learn jokes or something to make yourself more approachable to other kids. And the jokes are so terrible, but every time the Asian kid legitimately laughs at them. And he does such a great job making you think he's legitimately laughing at these jokes. And his name's Podcast because he literally walks around with his podcast equipment all day. He's got a shotgun mic and he holds it up, and there's no direction.
His name in the IMDb is just Podcast.
Podcast, yeah, that's it.
Nice.
We're not going to go into spoilers, but I'll tell you this. My thoughts on it are, like I said, this is the trilogy we needed, the one we deserved. There was a moment I got teary-eyed without spoiling it. It's a pretty solid moment. John said something funny to me when he texted him. He said, "I saw the ending coming a mile away." Well, no crap, because the guys were all told us they were going to be in the movie, so that was going to be the ending.
No, but the other part too.
Oh, okay.
No, and it's what I enjoyed most about it is it's mostly a kids movie. Like, it's an adult movie that you can enjoy, but you're following kids around in this adventure. Like, it felt like an 80s style kids
It was Goonies,
movie,
it was Monster Squad.
Nice.
But in the Ghostbusters universe.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Most surprise cameo, and this is not ruining anything, was it J.K. Simmons? Or
the other one.
Olivia Wilde?
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Uncredited Olivia Wilde.
Yeah. And I didn't know J.K. Simmons was in it either.
He barely was.
Yeah.
It's weird. I can't wait for you to go see it because I want to hear your thoughts. Because one, I know, Tom, you love all things 80s.
I do.
And this isn't very much a movie rooted in the 80s.
Yeah.
And two, it's Ghostbusters. It's like I said, it's of all the trilogies in all the world, it's the unfinished trilogy. And there are 2 post-credit scenes, so there's a mid-credit scene and then a post-credit scene, and it kind of sets us up for another one. The internet was going back and forth this week about whether or not Ghostbusters 2 was canon.
It is, apparently.
Jason Reitman came out, who's Ivan Reitman's son, who co-wrote it with...
Is Ivan Reitman dead?
Yes.
Okay.
Ramis and Reitman are both.
Yeah.
Okay.
He came out and he said, yes, part 2 is canon. We addressed some of the things, put a little Easter eggs.
He did.
Paid a little tribute to part 2. And
What, does Vigo show up?
No, nothing that.
But he did say, though, that if they're going to do a sequel, they'll address part 2's storylines more in depth than that. It's like my favorite fan fiction.
They kind of have to.
Well, my favorite fan fiction is Oscar is Rick Moranis' son.
Okay.
It's got to be. It's got to be. Here's the fan fiction that's floating around out there. Because, one, we did learn in this movie, you do have to have sex for the gatekeeper and keymaster to get together. Yeah. So we know Lewis and what's Sigourney Weaver's character's name in it? I can't remember. Dana.
Dana.
We do know they had sex. It stands to reason, and I think this is fan fiction that they should adopt, that Bill Murray and her end up not working out until the second one, and it's probably because she's pregnant, and there's a theory on the internet that everybody assumes, like her, because she probably didn't have any knowledge of what happened, that the sniffly concert guy was the father of the kid. And he's not, he leaves, because they clearly weren't meant to be. Lewis has no idea that he's the father, and then that caused, and then the rift between Bankman and her.
Is Rick Moranis in the movie?
No.
The one disappointment in the whole thing. And I'll tell you when we're all done, without giving a spoiler to everybody, how I would have wanted to see him in the movie.
Well,
has he given any interviews about it? Because I know he's kind of crawled out of his...
He's done with Hollywood,
he's done
apparently.
No, he's crawled out.
He said he's going
to voice acting.
Yeah.
Because his kids are grown up now.
Mm-hmm. Maybe if he wouldn't have got smoked outside of a hotel in Manhattan, he would have came and done the movie. But, he
that's right.
He just
brutally sucker punched out there. Put him in, gave him a severe concussion, put him in the hospital.
How about all that, yeah.
Paul Rudd played a good Rick Moranis. Like, he was definitely channeling Rick Moranis.
So Paul, he was definitely
in that one scene.
Yeah.
It was good stuff. Do you know Josh Gad's in it? He's the voice.
Yeah, which is funny. But I can't stress enough how great this movie. Hayden liked it. Missy liked it. And I'm telling you guys, I've been there twice now. That fucking bar at Marcus Theater, maybe my favorite bar.
Did you go to the one in the mall or
the Mid Rivers Mall?
Okay. See, I haven't been to that one.
That's a giant TV. They got a good spread of booze, and
you can pick your own seat now.
Food, they got the. We watched it on the Super Deluxe.
Yeah, I do it by my house.
I can't remember if we talked about it last week. I don't think we did, but let's table maybe seeing Revolution there. Some of the Marcus Theaters have been doing the AEW pay-per-views.
Oh, if they do it, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in.
I don't know if that one did, but a couple of them around the city did.
Well, if they do, that'd be awesome.
Pretty cool.
But let's not get too deep.
like-
No.
I feel like it's a little sweaty in there. Bunch of dudes.
It was sweaty in here with me and Jay and his son and Missy. Poor
But at
Missy.
least you guys know, like, each other. Random dude sweat.
Well, those theaters have enough. Way the seats are now organized. But anyway, John, give me some thoughts before we get off, since he didn't see this.
Oh, I just, like I said, I had a great time with it. I thought the jokes were great. The cast, it was just a lot of fun. When it first came out, I wasn't feeling like the Midwest vibe and pulling it out of New York City, but they did a really good job of like explaining that in the middle of nowhere town type thing. And it just it felt like an adventure film from when I was a kid, all the way through.
I told Missy going into it, because Hayden, for whatever reason, from Halloween, has really jumped into watching every single ghost hunter YouTube TV show in the world. And I said, well, hopefully she views this experience for her was much like it was for me. And all I did want to do was Ghostbust. Maybe she'll now want to like really change.
Did you see one in theaters?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. I saw 1 and 2 both, and I told Missy I still remember them.
I remember seeing 2. One came out when I was 2, so.
Yeah.
So I was born in '84.
So not so much. So so I was 7, and I would almost have to stand to reason that it ran for like a full year. Probably saw it later because we had a Malco Trio, which was 3 screens, so it was probably packed. And movies would run for like a full year in that damn thing. And like I saw Batman like 5 times in the theater over like a Christmas through summer.
Nice. I saw 2 at the Crestwood Mall. Bishop Crestwood Mall.
Yeah.
Missy loved the Crestwood Mall.
That
She
was a
talked
good
about
mall.
that.
We used to walk around there one all the time. Saw Space Jam there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not a great movie, but
Still haven't seen the second one.
I ain't gonna miss nothing.
But yeah, so the one thing I will say that like you talked about some of how the jokes landed, and there's a certain believability that you don't have in ghost busting movies. But the only thing that I thought was dumb choice to make is clearly Paul Rudd was a smart scientist. He just happened to be in this town, in this school. When they go to open up the ghost trap, he sets it on the hood of his car. Seems like the dumbest thing to do. A scientist would never do that. But it played for some of the funniest moments from the rest of it. So they had to do it. They had to bust the window out of the car, which it's in the trailer.
Sure.
But some of the jokes that come from that throughout the movie with podcasts, with him, they're great. So it's like, oh, okay. That's why he had the brain fart.
Yeah, the Ecto 1 was friggin' awesome.
They made the Ecto 1, that's the Ghostbusters Afterlife Ecto 1. That's why I saw Rusty, the Lego set I got. But they made the Ecto 1 possibly the coolest car in pop culture.
Yeah.
I mean,
it definitely beats the Batmobile.
The Ecto 1 was a big star of this movie.
Yeah. What is the coolest car?
Well, it's got to be the Batmobile.
Usually the Batmobile,
followed by the DeLorean.
I was going to say, DeLorean probably my number 1. It was the General Lee until it got canceled.
Well, it did have a Confederate flag on the top of it. But I'm telling you,
Why did they ever just arrest the Dukes at their house? Really makes no sense.
Right?
No, think about it. That Deep South, you don't come on a man's property unless you expect to get shot.
Yeah.
Especially when he's
The
running
Dukes
shot.
didn't have guns. They're very anti-gun.
Didn't
First
know-
and foremost.
Also,
Didn't
they
mean Uncle
never
Jesse
got caught
designation.
out in the ground, running around. So
I always
Home
wondered that
base.
too. If they had like a secret lair, like what is that the way they treated their house? But yeah, they could have just literally. They went out for dinner sometimes, so I just slapped the cuffs on them then.
Yeah.
I guess you had to catch them in the act.
I guess.
And speeding was an offense that there's a statute of limitations of 35 minutes if you miss them from speeding. Once they jump that lake, they're practically innocent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
time
funny.
starts over. It's a loop.
So what did you guys bring as a main topic for today? Even though, in spite of the fact that I initially saw, because we were going to do the podcast and release a Ghostbuster-centric episode, which meant this was going to be a turkey episode, but then I've watched so much on TV this week and last week that I was like, well, we got a lot of time to cover a lot of stuff.
Well, speaking of the sexiest man in Hollywood, I did watch the first 2 episodes of the...
Shrink Next Door.
Yes. Have you watched it?
Is
Not
it
yet.
Is it an episode series?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Not yet. I want to.
Is it good?
It's very dry.
Kelly
humor.
was out after like 5 minutes.
See, I don't know if I wanted to change my perception of Paul Rudd, and I don't.
He's honestly the acting with him and Ferrell, and then Katherine Heigl in it too, and she's a great. It's the plot itself and the materials. Just kind
Some
like,
of the reviews I've said say it's a long play. You got to give it.
It's not. If you go in there thinking that it's not going to be Anchorman 3, and it's way more drama.
Yeah, I thought it was a serious show.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little comedy, but it got very Jewish.
For the people that like Will Ferrell in the movie Everything Must Go, this is the kind of movie for them.
Yeah.
So I don't think I watched that one. I did watch Strange Fiction, where he was.
That's a great
he was pretty
movie.
serious.
Also, a firm from St. Louis did all of the special effects in that movie, which were very cool.
The green apples were nice.
Yeah, all of the writing, how they did it was pretty solid.
So I won't give it a grade so far. I will say I'll probably finish it, but I'm not in any hurry to go watch episode 3.
Yeah. Did you see that in order to promote it, and so Paul Rudd was supposed to be on not Jimmy Fallon. What's his name? Jimmy Kimmel. Mm-hmm. He was supposed to be on Kimmel to promote Ghostbusters. When he poured him out, it was Will Ferrell instead of Paul Rudd. And Will Ferrell sat down and was like, "Oh, Paul's running late. He can't make it."
Yeah.
So he did the whole interview with Kimmel, and Kimmel goes, "Well, I didn't prepare for you, Will." He goes, "Oh, so cool. I had nowhere else to be." And he goes, "Can I ask you the questions?" No, it wasn't Paul Rudd. It was Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds was supposed to be there promoting Red Notice and stuff, but so Will Ferrell shows up. He goes, "Can I ask you the questions I was going to ask Reynolds?" And he's like, "Shoot." He goes, "So how's the wife?" He goes, "Oh, she's great. Great. What's her name again?" Blake. Yeah, Blake's great. And he does the whole interview as he's Ryan Reynolds. It's hilarious.
He's a naturally funny man.
Yeah, there's a lot of stand-up comics that I listen to and a lot of podcasts, and they say the thing that they say, for truly great comedians come from really broken backgrounds or have some demons that they're battling. Except for Will Ferrell. They say he's just a happy guy that happens to be fucking hilarious.
Also, he really likes birds. Dude's got like 700 birds at his house.
Huh. Really?
Yeah.
He lives in the San Diego Zoo, but
that's a lot of cameras in his house because birds aren't real.
Yeah. It's weird.
Well, you're the one who brought that up, right?
Yeah. There's
Every once in a while I go down that path. I'm like, that's pretty funny.
QAnon thing, yeah, it's pretty good stuff.
Birds aren't real.
Speaking of QAnon, did you see that some of those QAnon guys are still in Dallas for the JFK's return?
I did see.
Hold on. I don't know what this is.
So, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, like over 100 QAnon supporters showed up because John F. Kennedy Jr. is not dead, and he is going to come back and announce himself as President Trump's true vice president, and they are going to be reinstated as president and vice president. And I haven't gone any further than this. And I assume that they haven't gone any further than this either, but... Why would you show up to the place where your dad was shot in the head?
It's a pro wrestling announcement. Yeah. Come back.
I don't understand the obsession with the Kennedys of these people because they were very liberal.
Yeah, massively. So a couple things here. That's a lot to unpack.
It's a lot.
And this is from a group that's crazy even for crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And two,
they do think there's lizard people though.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and two. There's people out there that are not QAnon; they're like Q adjacent.
Yeah,
and
Q curious.
They're like we don't buy into QAnon, but since they support Trump, we're on board with them. Can you honestly sit by and go, maybe I'm in the wrong party?
Yeah,
maybe I can. If this is the constituents. Maybe I'm in the wrong place. Yeah. It's like when Steve Gutenberg sent all the people to the bar in police academies. Once you step through the door, you're in the wrong place.
And you've been there for 2 or 3 weeks now, like just fucking hanging out. Like, don't you have a job?
So do they not know that they are being very democratic and they're occupying Austin right now?
Yeah, right. Somebody should go down there with an automatic rifle.
Jesus.
No. I don't want to get too far into the Kyle Rittenhouse thing, but I do want to address the fact that just days before the night before the verdict came out or whatever it was, or the night of, he was at a bar posing with people with his...
No, that was a couple months back.
I'm fucking free or whatever.
Barkeep, Joe Boo needs a refill.
There's some heavy duty... narrow gauge beers, 2 of them in there, still in their little ringer. Mm-hmm. They're going to be Imperials, so they're going to pack a punch. Are you afraid
of the bark?
That's it. I'm not afraid of the bark. Anybody's welcome to have one. They are an Imperial Stout brewed with lactose, vanilla beans, brown sugar, cinnamon, and natural flavors. Hey, let me ask you this.
Yes.
What's the natural flavors if it's not lactose, vanilla beans, brown sugar, cinnamon?
Cum.
Is lactose a natural flavor, though?
I don't know.
It's a natural flavor.
Yeah, I would think so. It's cum. We'd established.
Yeah. Seriously?
It's man jizz.
What?
I heard.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
Hey, speaking of your, I just heard, well, on the Facebooks, there's the memes.
Yes.
These are little funny snippets.
They are.
Pictures. I saw one that it was a Dirty Johnny or whatever joke, whoever it is.
Yeah.
Like a teacher in spelling bee day asked little Johnny to spell C-word.
Yeah.
And he said C-U-N. Whoa, hold up there. That one cracked me up. Missy got a chuckle out of that one. So if a woman can laugh at it, it's okay.
There you go.
I don't know that my wife's the standard bearer for the Me Too movement, though. She's pretty raunchy and
I send my wife. I show her pictures of the stuff Jeff sends us sometimes.
Oh my god!
I rarely get a chuckle. Most of the time, she's like, "Do you work ever?"
You've got what I like to call someone who's high strung. You guys got some high strung.
Oh, I thought you were going to. I'm not going to leave this friend.
No, it's okay because what you just said works.
Yeah, it is true. That does work on both levels too.
We've talked about on the show before my love for I Think You Should Leave. Mm-hmm. Now, did you guys ever watch season 2?
I did not.
Okay.
I probably have one episode left of season 1.
Okay. There is a skit on there that I think is the funniest skit I've ever seen. And I showed it to Kelly in just 6. Like I'm like giggling. I've seen this skit like 12 times, and I'm laughing. And she's afterwards, she's like, "Okay, we done now? Like, what happened to you?"
Yeah, COVID really took her sense of humor away.
She's never been funny.
Yeah, but does she laugh at things? Did she used to laugh at things?
It's like bad sitcoms.
Yeah.
She married you though.
I know. Well,
she clearly has a sense of humor.
Yeah, I mean, have you not heard the Paula Abdul song with Cool Cat?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Or Scat Cat, right?
Scat Cat, MC Scat Cat. Yeah.
So going back to like sitcoms, bad sitcoms, was that the point of this episode? Is like the best Turkey Day? Originally, when we originally
no, there's a million different episodes of TV shows.
we bring
center around Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
that's what I couldn't flesh out.
And the reason I did this is Missy's got a little board where she puts a new saying, a little push pin board up there. Right now it says, "What's not to like? Meat, custard, good. Whatever, good. Meat, good."
The only ones I could think of were Friends ones.
Oh,
like the one where
WKRP
that's the number one. That's the number one.
Which one's that?
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly. That's the most. Well, we're going to show him the clip when we're done here.
Yeah, it's. I've never watched an episode of WKRP in Cincinnati, but I've seen that bit a million times.
I used to watch it all the time.
It's hilarious.
Okay.
Watched it nonstop. It was always on KPLR.
Well, you're old as fuck.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
I couldn't even think of a Simpsons episode where they surrounded.
The one where Bart ruins Lisa's dinner or centerpiece.
Oh, that is the only one I can think of. Yeah, you're right. There's a million Christmas ones.
Big Bangs are all. So
I didn't watch a lot of Big Bang.
But I'm just saying, there is this thing called the Googles that would refresh your memory. If
I know. I didn't want to. I was just going off of what I had.
But I think of all the Friends Thanksgiving episodes, the one that I would have picked to put on the list would have been the Brad Pitt one.
Is it the one with the turkey on the head?
I Hate Rachel Green Club.
Yeah,
Turkey came back. No, Turkey came back a couple times.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I Hate Rachel Green Club. You know Russ. You founded it. What?
That's a good one. Then they divorced.
The only 2 episodes I could think of, besides obviously WKRP in Cincinnati and the Simpsons one I was going to talk about, were Slapsgiving.
Yeah.
For How I Met Your Mother.
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
The 11th slap.
Yeah.
That was a running joke. Speaking of tangent, How I Met Your Father is about to come out on, I think, Netflix or Hulu.
It's Hulu. And it has nothing to do with the How I Met Your Mother show.
I beg to differ.
It's the same writers, I think.
But I mean, it's not like I thought it was going to be like the opposite side.
Is it not?
No. It's like Hillary Duff and something. To people.
Yeah, I thought that was the point of it, though.
Nope.
No show in history has just angered me. Because that was the show that made me realize,
it was hot,
you know what?
Man, that show was good.
It was
for
hot,
a while.
but that was the show that made me realize, you know what? If I don't like it anymore, I will fucking bail out.
So,
because I stuck with that piece of shit until the bitter end.
So did I not talk about
the
that?
last 2 seasons were rough.
Did I not talk about that on this? I read an article on because apparently they've released the whole series on DVD, which I didn't know they were still doing, which is crazy. Mm-hmm. But there is an actual alternate ending.
I think when they say that, they also mean digital download.
Oh yeah, either way. But there is like technically an alternate ending, and the ending that they filmed with the kids, where he runs back to Robin. They filmed in the first 2 seasons.
They filmed after
show
season 2. Yep.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want the kids to age out, and they ran with it. But there is another version where Ted goes on about they didn't finish the whole series, but the way it was supposed to end is there was supposed to be like a monologue of them trading the yellow umbrella back and forth throughout the years and just missing each other. And then when they finally meet at the wedding, there's a joke where he's like, "Oh, you got my umbrella," or she says, "You got my umbrella," and that's where he finally met your mother. But they just miss each other through the whole series. But they didn't expect the series to last 9 years. I think it was.
It was 9 years, and at the last second, I believe they got renewed for season 9.
Yeah,
and I think they would have gone longer. Jason Segel was the one who was like, "I'm fucking done."
Yeah, which I don't blame him because he was directing.
Also went on to a pretty damn good acting career because he picks his roles well.
Well, it just
and he does his own weird.
Yeah,
things.
he does all his own things. Yeah.
we don't have to go down the rabbit hole of that, but that was the show that made me say, like, it's not worth my time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And shakes your faith in. It's very rare a TV series has more than 4 seasons in it.
Yeah, well, this day and
I
age,
agree.
back in the day, it wasn't uncommon, and it's very rare for him to be that strong all the way throughout. Friends was pretty strong all the way throughout. MASH. MASH was strong all the way through. I thought Friends was. I think the only thing that made the final season tough in Friends was Monica being pregnant.
Final season?
Yeah, I still enjoy it. I think Monica being pregnant, and I
think that show's shelf life after season 5 is not great.
I don't remember anything after they get back from Vegas.
I also think if you consider Zach Braff's final episode of Scrubs,
that's perfect.
I think that is a great 6 or 7 seasons. Awesome TV because that went 9, but the last 2 were Braffless.
I'm not as big of a Bill Lawrence fan as you two are, but
but I think you could do a solid 7-season half-hour sitcom. Like the last season of New Girl was absolutely atrocious. Like it was awful.
Yeah, there was a lot of.
You mean though?
That again, a real life pregnancy went into the last 2 seasons of that. She kept getting pregnant, and they kept having to change things.
But Brooklyn Nine-Nine did it, and they did a pretty decent job. They just wrapped that up. I finished it, and it was pretty funny. Like, I think COVID put a little bit of a damper on a lot of the episodes, but they kept the essence of the show in the last season all the way up to the very last episode.
I don't think the final season of Seinfeld was bad. I think the final episode was bad.
Yeah, I agree, but that's
But you got to remember, too, that is episodic show of the week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that one didn't have a through line.
Yeah, you're just doing...
didn't have a through line.
I mean, Curb is... still solid.
Yeah, but that's a different one too because just like It's Always Sunny, they have free reign to do it whenever they feel like doing it. So we'll see.
I think 3 to 6 seasons is like the perfect.
Well, Jason Sudeikis and Bill Lawrence had a definitive plan for 3 seasons of Ted Lasso. People are trying to get them to do 4 and 5.
I thought they signed up for 4 and 5.
Well, they had the option.
Yet.
They had the option for 4 and 5, but they haven't. And they've both said that we have to do 3 first. And see if we still have stories to tell. Because they already had a plan.
Yeah.
Which I like it when they have a plan.
Sure.
I'll go back to, I think, one of my favorite shows of all time. Fleabag is 2 seasons.
I need to watch Fleabag.
And
I was just thinking about that.
And it may be the perfect 2 seasons of a show.
I think Marvelous Miss Maisel is supposed to be really good, too.
Oh,
they're bringing another season of that out.
Season 1 was amazing. Season 2 was okay.
Okay.
Still
better than...
Season 2 because she's famous in season 2, but not so famous. Like
Is there 3 or 4 seasons now?
There's only 2.
Oh, there's only 2 of it? So the one that's coming out is the 3rd season.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, Miss Maisel, smoking hot.
Nice.
And gets nude in that show.
Nice. Hey, speaking of season 2s, I have not talked about this since I gave the review for it. Heels finally got renewed for season 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it worth watching? I'm not buying another subscription, but it'll probably end up on
Can we dial this back real quick? How many subscriptions have you bought?
I have too many.
I have to buy them all now.
No. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, there's the other shoe dropping because this guy and his family ping-ponged around who had the
Technically,
I'll give you my...
I gave just as many away as I used, and I still have Hulu for free, but it's only on one TV, and I don't talk to that guy very often anymore, so I can't be like, hey, what's your Hulu password again?
Okay.
I'll give you my Stars password.
Okay.
I want to watch it.
I was about to cancel it, but I'll
you don't have to.
No, you're not for a month.
Do you have HBO Max? I got that. We can trade.
I know. Sounds good. You know what? I know Jeremy would like it because he likes the wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be curious if you do.
It'd be a good.
I could see it going either
way.
way.
Good social
I'll watch
experiment to see him watch
I'll
it.
check it out.
I mean, do you like Stephen Amell?
Yeah.
He's good in it.
Has he ever popped back up as Arrow anymore?
No, I think
he's
he's
done.
like
I didn't-
1,000%.
But I didn't know if
show.
he because it's still that Arrowverse is what it's all considered.
Yeah, but I think they're
No,
closing it all. out.
God, where did I listen to him on a podcast? I think
because they're on Flashpoint.
He
right
left
now.
on like
they just
bad
finished
terms,
it.
I believe, too. CW, because the CW is like a sweatshop.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
he did do that. God, I think he was on I think he was on Jericho's podcast before Heels dropped, and he asked him about Arrow, and he's like, the doors never closed, but
He is a fan favorite at the conventions and stuff.
Oh, I bet.
and he's a super nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good-looking dude. He's
And he
nice.
loves, and he's everything that he does is in the ultimate realm of the geek. He's Green Arrow. He's been on WWE. He has a wrestling TV show. I mean,
But I think like it ended so badly on the Arrow thing. Now this is just things I've heard. I haven't really dug into it at all. But like he had to have like therapy. Like I don't know if it was physical therapy or
So,
mental therapy.
is he like?
Well, one of the things that he wanted to do was wrestle at one of the Young Bucks events. He wrestled at the first AEW event.
Yeah.
And CW let him do it, but he got. I mean, it's 20 minutes of wrestling. Like he got fucked up, and he's like, "Hey, I really fucked up my shoulder." And they're like, "So."
Yeah, tough.
Yeah, and we basically made
signed a
him.
contract, bitch.
Yeah, and like he got all fucked up. And shit.
But he though seemed to exit a superhero show better than that Ruby Rose did on her Batwoman.
Yeah.
She turned out apparently as making stuff up. Have you saw that story?
Yeah, I saw that, and apparently, like a bunch of people came out and said she was a drama queen.
She shit on her co-star. She shit on.
She pulled a Heigl, huh?
Team. Said that they made her work with an injured back, and they did all this, and then the Warner Brothers came out and said, "No, that's not. Oh, no, in fact," and her co-star goes, "I'm pretty shocked to hear this. In fact, I'd be more shocked if you could find one person on the set that thought she was a joy to work with." And
So she did pull a Heigl.
the PAs and all of them came out and said, "No, if you didn't hold the door open for her, she'd yell at you." And
I think she was riding the coattails of Stephen Amell's.
I think she was. I think even before that, she was riding the coattails of John Wick and Orange Is the New Black.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, like, I think she was becoming irrelevant.
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 That's a little slide.
Unrelevant, also. But she claimed that she didn't need the show because she's been turning down more movies than she's ever even made now. But now apparently those are starting to dry up.
Movies, probably.
She was in John Wick.
Wasn't she like on that show?
John Wick 2, right? Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't she on that show on like where she had a bunch of tattoos on NBC?
Orange Is the New Black.
No,
That wasn't her.
that wasn't her.
No, that was I don't know who that was another spy show or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. I
But
thought that was
not
her because
No.
of all the tattoos. I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Okay, well, listen, he's discriminating against tattoo people now. They all look alike to me.
They do.
Like the
Right,
black.
says
It's like
the
the
guy
black
with the tattoo.
It's like
Yeah.
the black guy hates blacks.
Bender is the co-host with the tattoos, like it's a suspense movie.
Yeah.
All right, so we just gonna change topics here. Is that all right?
Well, we can if you got another.
I do have another thing.
This guy leading the show tonight.
Yeah, that's why.
That was a pretty poor segue, though.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, it's definitely a D
Permission.
plus.
I just interrupt and
He
do
just
it.
ran through the door. I'm talking about this.
Because I was talking about stuff I didn't know anything about.
What you got?
Watched a Christmas movie today I've never seen before, and it was a delight.
What was it?
Jingle All the Way.
Oh yeah.
With Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I've never seen it.
Are you serious?
I know, right?
It's my favorite one.
It's great.
I would also say with Sinbad. Sinbad is awesome.
Yeah, he-
and
awesome.
Phil Hartman and Jim
Phil
Belushi and the best cameo of all.
Big Show?
The Big Show.
Oh yeah, he is in that, right?
Yeah.
When they're like when he's fighting him. Yeah, it's so stupid. It's so much fun.
Jake Lloyd.
Yeah.
Mrs. Tom Hanks.
Yeah. Is it really?
Is it Rita
Yeah.
Wilson his wife?
Yeah, that is.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
still.
that's right.
They
Holy
got,
shit, that is black.
they got
as tar.
COVID together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway,
Survived COVID together.
delight.
Eat babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Tom Hanks. Has anybody watched that movie?
Finch or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I want to.
No, I'll probably watch it this week.
Reviews have been.
Yeah. I mean, it's Castaway with a robot, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds great to
From
me.
St. Louis is wear a Blues jersey in the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
There's been a lot of St. Louis and TV and stuff.
Hey, we were ranked number 99 out of 150 in cities of living, baby.
There you go.
Top 150.
Back to Jingle All the Way, though. What is not to like about that movie?
I don't
It
know. I
is
feel like
dumb.
you guys are shitting on Thanksgiving by talking about Christmas movies already.
Fair enough. All right.
Just kidding. No,
All
it
right,
is a
let's
great
go
movie.
through all the
There's
good.
a deer.
Let's go through all the good Thanksgiving movies. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Next.
There's got to be more than that.
We've done this.
Dutch.
Actually,
Isn't the Dutch one?
Dutch
That
might
is
be.
Dutch is a Thanksgiving.
Dutch is a
no,
Thanksgiving
no,
movie.
Christmas break.
Oh,
It's Christmas
we've done
break.
this exercise before on the show, and
We fail every time.
yeah.
Well, then let's. Do you got another topic to talk about, Bender?
The only other thing I talked about, and it is annoying, that I did say cryptocurrency.
Oh,
No, I'm out.
here we go.
Here, time to check my
Did you see
fancy
that
football.
Mila
the
Kunis
brakes.
Stoner Cat show? Did you read about this at all?
What?
So Mila Kunis wrote a show, and it's got a shit ton of stars in it. It's got her husband, it's got her, it's got Chris Rock,
Wow.
Seth Meyers, Jodie Foster, I think's in there.
Jodie Foster. God, that's a
think
name I
so.
haven't heard in a while.
But so she wrote this Stoner Cat show, and the whole point of the show is it's about this lady who has Alzheimer's, and she starts smoking weed, and her house cats become sentient, and they start having a conversation.
Oh, I did
And
see
they're-
this. Yeah, but
They're 5-minute YouTube episodes, right?
Okay.
And instead of like going to a studio and having them do it, or going to YouTube and having them do it, she sold it in NFT form to people, which I
Oh,
think is
boy.
fucking insane. But listen, it worked because like this was all over the summer she was doing it, and I looked into it a little bit more because she was on that Hot Ones show talking
Yeah.
about it, where you eat the
Okay.
hot wings.
Yeah, yeah.
So each episode, you could buy one of her ETH things for 0.35, which is roughly $800, and they sold out in 30 minutes. So she made $8 million in 30 minutes, and on top of that $8 million that she made, when they cash in those like NFTs or whatever, she gets 2% of that.
the sale price?
oh, future
Now, is
sales?
Is it every
Future
sale
sales.
price or just the
Every
first time?
sale
Every
price.
future sales.
And then
Oh.
there was a second
Good
market
for her.
after those went through that when immediately you could resell it if you bought one of the first ones, and those were going for upwards of $67,000
So
for a
you-
5-minute show.
So here's the thing. You said, did it work? If the goal was to make her a shit ton of money,
Yeah,
then
it did
worked.
work.
Did it work? This NFT thing
It's
is
insane.
it's the latest craze now. It's not. I'm not going to sit here and go too deep into cryptocurrency because I don't think that that's got long term goals.
No. And,
But it's all speculative. It's only worth
exactly.
People will release 50 and say these are worth $10,000 each, and dumb fucks buy them.
And people, that's what I'm saying. Like, it worked for her. She's a rich person. She got other rich people to like believe her and buy her stupid shit.
Yeah.
It's essential oils for rich people.
Yep, exactly.
That's what I find. That's kind of what cryptocurrency is.
yeah. And
Cryptocurrency, though, has, I think, legs because you can use it to buy other things.
Technically,
And
yeah. And the NFTs, I think, have
Yeah,
a little bit
you
less
do.
legs.
You know what you can use cryptocurrency to buy? Predominantly what it's traded for right now? NFTs.
Yeah.
And drugs and women on the
Yeah.
dark web.
Hey, listen, I am the proud owner of 12 Dogecoins that I bought for $1.
And now what are they
What are
worth?
they worth? Yeah.
$3.50.
That's triple your money, baby.
Yeah.
3.5 times.
I had
that the
$1
sa-
left in my Robinhood account.
Now, if
And I
you
was like,
sold
what can I buy
them-
with $1?
But if you sold them, what would you get right now?
Pretty sure I'd owe $75.
Yeah, so that's the therein lies. Everybody goes, cryptocurrency is worth $2 million a piece right now. But if I sold out today, I'd get about $600,000.
I think next year I am going to put a small taste down on EFT that deals with Bitcoin.
Okay.
And see how that rolls because that's a little more safe. But I think there are some legs to Bitcoin. I just don't know how
They gotta
much.
mine it cheaper. It's too expensive to mine.
Every stupid rich person in the world says the only sure bet is land.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only sure bet.
But my favorite is I've been following this guy on Twitter.
Unless you're Stan Kroenke, then
Yeah.
you still might get fucked. At least half your.
You're all right, though. You got
Hope so.
multi-billions of dollars. But I've been following this guy on Twitter, and they just keep... Well, I don't follow him, but I follow these different journalists who screenshot him
Yeah.
telling people that he's going to sue them because they take pictures of his NFTs and then repost them on Twitter, and he's like... God, that's mine, man. That's mine. You can't do that. And he's
Yeah,
like,
but-
yeah, you own the JPEG, not the right to the picture in the picture in the
Yeah,
picture.
and honestly, that's just seeing a picture of NFT is not what the NFT's about.
Exactly.
They're very three-dimensional.
But he's always
They're very-
like screaming and yelling at people, and then there's this other guy that they got in there, and they're yelling at people, and one guy reaches out to him and goes, and he screenshotted it and sent it out. He goes, "How do you not understand what an NFT is? It says in your bio that you're a cryptocurrency consultant. Do you not understand how this works?" And the guy wrote back, "I thought I did until today."
we've got former. We can talk about it off of it, but we've got former guests on the show that are big time crypto people.
Really?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I know.
It's chilling, isn't it?
No, but if you had if you had 3 guesses, you'd nail who it is pretty quick.
I'm pretty sure I can figure it out.
Which we'll play that game when we're done.
All right.
Let's go ahead and throw it to Missy and see what we got to talk about. And I'll tell you this. I told you guys my quick hits of Throw It to Missy are all about the Netflixes. In fact, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 things. So I'll start with the one thing that's not Missy related. I don't know how this snuck through the got by the goalie because it comes out in like December 17th. But the trailer for this new movie, Nightmare Alley, Guillermo del Toro.
Oh yeah,
with Bradley Cooper.
Is there a full trailer out now?
Yeah, and it looks awesome. He's essentially a psychic in the Roaring 20s or something.
Does he have sex with a fish man?
And he's
Academy Award winner.
Yeah. Well, he's kind of like he's a shyster, and I guess. I don't know if
what does shyster mean?
It's Jewish for con man.
Yeah,
but it's apparently like he's trying to get over on some very powerful and maybe mafia related people, and so that's the premise of the shit. But it's Del Toro. It's got what's her name, Rooney Mara.
Rooney Mara.
Mara, yeah. It's got all kinds of famous people in it.
Oh, so famous I don't know who they are.
Yeah, you know Bradley Cooper.
I do know him. He's a delight.
That's the one trailer I want to talk about. I want to just bring up because it looks cool and we can watch it. Also, I've watched the trailer again for a movie that I have no desire to see, and that's the full-length trailer for that fucking Kurt Warner movie.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
It's so bad looking.
My favorite part is, though...
It's so bad looking that it makes me not want to watch a sequel to Shazam.
I mean... Is Anna Paquin that hard up for money? Like, is her career...
Dude, this got all... I mean... What's his name?
Dennis Quaid?
Stars in it.
No, no.
I don't think Dennis Quaid's in it, but
no, he is. He plays.
Is he in it?
Zach,
he plays.
what's his name though? Yeah, he's
Zachary Levi's in it.
Zachary
Levi. He's not hard up. He's playing Shazam 2, baby.
But he's like a Christian, right?
This is a Christian-made movie.
Yeah, Lionsgate Films is a Christian.
It's not Lionsgate. It's Kingdom Films. It's Lionsgate makes it, but Lionsgate makes Saw movies. So you can't.
So are they the distributor?
The Kingdom is another. It's you know how you have like 16 different theater or companies.
Yeah.
Well, the Kingdom Company is one of the big Christian one.
Yeah.
I don't know that Kirk Cameron makes movies, but I'm fairly certain Kirk Cameron knows where the studio lot is.
Okay.
But it just looks so bad.
Anna Paquin's net worth is around 14 million. She makes.
Is she super Christian though? Like, I cannot imagine not being super Christian and being part of this project.
She made $275,000 an episode for True Blood. So she can't be that
the story though, because it's an NFL based story and it is a Christian based story and it is the ultimate underdog story in terms of football. It's probably enough steam under it. And a lot of people, and since she's going to deal with cancer in it, I'm sure when it was pitched to her, they were probably like, there might be an Oscar nod in this. And then you see what it looks like. This looks rough.
It looks like SNL was making a spoof
absolutely,
of a sports movie.
You nailed it. It looks like a digital short on SNL. That's how it's filmed.
Yeah, and like...
I would more expect Adam Sandberg to be Kurt Warner than I do.
What's
Zachary
crazy is
Levi.
they didn't shoot anything at the Dome, right?
No, it's a fake dome.
Yeah.
And I think their budget...
honestly, any cookie cutter dome can look like the dome on the inside.
I think their whole budget was spent on wigs for Anna Paquin.
Yeah.
Because if you watch the trailer, there's like 4 or 5 different hairstyles in that trailer alone.
Well, because she battles cancer throughout the thing.
Let's see if there's anybody else in this.
Or is it just that she likes really, really short? She likes to have the same haircut as her husband.
Whatever Kurt Warner's wife's name,
what's the movie called? American Underdog, right?
Something like that. I don't know. It's called the Kurt Warner story.
It looks cheap. Yeah.
So what do you got before I get into my Netflix list?
No, you keep going. I literally didn't bring much.
All right. Well, so Army of Thieves, I watched it.
I did too. I liked it.
I liked it a lot. I liked it better of Army Dead.
I did too.
Anna Baldwin's in it?
Yeah.
Sweet.
But me and Missy liked Army of Thieves so much, the next day we watched Army of the Dead over again to and then I got
Just to tie them together?
Yeah, and I
'Cause
really
the bad
got
guy's
sad.
the same bad guy, right?
Yes, and I really got sad about Dieter in this Army of Dead because
But you don't know that he's dead.
no, but I loved him in Army of Thieves so much that when we went, because when you first watch Army of the Dead, you're like, I don't
He's
care.
a throwaway character.
But he's lovable.
Yeah.
But he's extra lovable because it makes me want him to somehow come out of this.
Apparently, in Germany, he's not all that lovable because he's a really famous German actor from a really famous German acting family. And it's not that he's like a bad guy; he's just annoying and in everything. And they're like,
that
okay,
makes
we're
sense.
done with him.
Well, he's now getting his legs here, and I loved him. I thought Army of Thieves was a pretty smart caper, and you could tell though. Because what I liked, what the only downfall about the connection of the two movies is you could tell that Army of the Dead was first, and it was planned as first because the safes looked so cool in Army of the Thieves.
Really did.
And then they get to the quote unquote hardest one, and it's the easiest or the most simple looking.
The safes were badass looking though.
Let's just go ahead and give a quick review. Army of Thieves out of 5.
I'd solid 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. And I went back and watched Army of the Dead, and I did it with a more keen eye, and I saw at least 3 times the cyborg zombies.
Yeah.
That's going to be a thing.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It's an interesting world.
And he's going to keep going with it.
Yeah, and I'm interested in seeing that world. I think he could have fleshed out some more characters. I think he did a better job of fleshing out characters in this than he did in Army of the Dead.
Well,
Army of Thieves.
Let me ask you this. Let's transition to another 3.5, in my opinion, but still fun. A movie that was caught between trying to be Django and trying to be something new, but it did have Bender's lifelong boyfriend, Idris Elba, in it. Netflix's The Harder They Fall.
Loved it.
It was great.
How you check that out? The cowboy movie?
Yeah, it was fun to watch. Let me rephrase it. It's not great. It's fun.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Fun.
Spaghetti Western.
And here's the thing. The main character, not Idris Elba, but Nat Love.
Wait. It's
John
seriously a
Masters.
spaghetti western?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of. The shootouts are pretty wild.
So like more of like a ramen noodle?
Well, you'll definitely see the Django influence, the Tarantino influence on the shootouts and stuff. But that Nat Love, the guy that played him,
Jonathan Masters.
he's great.
Yeah.
He's very good.
You still haven't watched Lovecraft Country, have you?
No, nor have I watched The Five Bloods.
Oh,
And he's
really?
in that.
Five Bloods is good.
I need to watch
You're
that,
giving yourself
yeah.
a huge disservice by now.
I got time. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a holiday
It's a
season.
Spike Lee joint, baby.
Lovecraft Country, I will give you the benefit of the doubt if you watched a couple episodes and you're like, do I want to keep doing this?
Well, I have
It's
HBO
fucking
Max.
weird.
I need to watch it.
It's
and I
weird
do
as shit.
love Lovecraft. Shout out to AC
No,
Aaron
there's
anybody
little
Conley.
to no actual
Do we,
Lovecraft.
does anybody here watch Succession? Is that a thing that we do on the show?
I don't watch Succession.
I don't watch.
I don't
you
give a fuck
do
about
you watch
billionaires.
Succession?
I watched first season. But now that I have an HBO Max, apparently a trade coming, I might watch season 2.
Everybody seems to like it, especially Cousin Gary, who I guess is the idiot cousin. I don't know. I don't watch it. I'm never
Who?
going to watch it.
Oh, cousin Gary.
Why, because you hate Brian
Succession?
Cox?
No, I just don't care about billionaires. I'm not Bernie, bro.
He is who also is very much a millionaire.
Yeah.
I think they make fun of those people.
I know. I just don't want to watch it. I don't.
Wait, is it Succession the one Paul Giamatti, or is that the Showtime?
That's Billions.
That's billions.
I really like Paul Giamatti. Just a side note.
I believe it's canon on the show to call him Pig Vomit.
Pig Vomit. That makes sense. Before I get into my last 2 Netflix things to talk about, I do want to say a movie that has a very big influence on my life because of going to see my best friends in Santa Barbara. For the first time in probably about 10 years, I watched Sideways this weekend.
I still have never watched
I
that.
still love the movie. It still holds up so much.
Still have not drank Merlot since that movie.
I'm not fucking drinking Merlot! Did you ever see the picture I drew of that?
Yeah.
I was drunk one night on wine, so I drew a quick sketch of Paul Giamatti, and I spilt the red wine on it on purpose, and it says, I'm not fucking drinking Merlot.
That's hilarious.
I gotta say, top 10 most brutal, wins was when Thomas Hayden Church gets smoked with that bicycle helmet. Like, I'm like, oh.
And I believe, if I remember correctly, he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor Oscar for that, and he absolutely deserves it because he is as unlikable but believable as a prick in that movie as you can get.
Who's the female?
Sandra Oh.
Sandra
Did she
Oh.
win for that?
I don't know, but she was hot in that movie, man.
Dude, so I watched that Killing Eve. There's 3
Yeah,
seasons
yeah.
on Hulu. They're doing a 4th season now, but COVID slowed it down. And her and the blonde chick in it that was in that Ridley Scott movie that nobody watched with Ben Affleck and
The Accountant? No, it wasn't.
Matt Damon. It's the new
Matt Damon. Nice.
Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, her,
that
Andrew
the one where-
Garfield, where they're like knights. The last night. The last
Oh,
duel.
where Ridley Scott blamed the millennials.
Yeah, blame millennials on it.
By all accounts, everybody says it's an amazing movie.
Did
Too.
it not do
Probably
well?
is because
No, it made a $26 million off of a $100 million investment.
yeah.
And he
nobody
blamed
watched it.
millennials that grew up on their fucking cell phones.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I looked at the trailer and was like, Matt Damon has a mullet and Ben Affleck has blonde hair and a mullet. I'm not fucking watching.
Oh,
this.
dude, that totally was in when I saw the trailer.
I was
But
so
wouldn't
into the
go to
trailer, and then I completely forgot about it till right now.
I just would not go to the theater to see it.
Yeah.
In the world of it's what I don't blame millennials per se, but what I do blame is, I know it sounds cliche, COVID a little bit, because now we're spoiled into where we can pick and choose how we want to watch. I think if they would have released that on a Max or streaming,
HBO Max, yeah, they would've
or
got better. They
streaming
would've got better
for
likes.
like a pay for streaming or theater, it would have done a lot better.
Also, there was no dragons in it. Nobody's gonna watch a fucking night movie with no
I happen
fucking
to-
dragons.
Speaking of medieval times and not from Cable Guy,
Yeah, I was about to say.
I'm a nerd, but not as big as you two dorks. Is
Debatable.
Wheel of Time worth maybe checking
I
out?
haven't watched it yet.
Did you
I
guys
haven't
read
watched
it?
and I don't know anything about the book.
So I read the first two books
Okay.
from my
Watched it,
roommates, and they're very good. I didn't keep going. I have a real big much how we wax on about how 3 to 4 seasons tops for a sitcom. I'm pretty tough when it comes, with the exception of The Dark Tower, which lasted a long time.
Yeah.
It's tough for me to read the books that are like 7, 8, 9 books.
I won't do it. I
can't.
won't look
I
into
can't.
And there's what 14,
Oh, dude.
and then he died.
yeah, and then they took over, and somebody else. It's Robert Jordan, right? Wrote
Yes.
The Wheel of Time. Yeah, and then
So
Did you ever read the Wind Through the Keyhole?
nope.
Neither did I. Is it good?
I just said nope.
No, my God. No, I meant like, is it supposed to be
is that
good?
a
I
Stephen
don't-
King book?
I don't know.
It's the Dark Tower was 7 books, which I read.
I read
And
all
it sounds-
those.
And
The last two were tough for me.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and
Wizards and Glass was the last great one, I thought.
I liked Wolves of Calla. That was my
I
favorite.
thought Wolves of Calla was very good. Songs for Susanna.
Rough. And Dark Tower.
Rough.
I didn't care for Dark
Like
Tower
the-
at all, or whatever the first one is,
No, that's
Gunslinger or something.
yeah.
The movie, yeah.
We're talking about the books, not the movie.
No, I know whatever the first book is. I read it.
The
The
book is
Gunslinger.
great. That's 150 pages. It just jumps off the page for
Just
me.
didn't care for it.
I masturbate left-handed anyway. That was when I was a
think
kid in junior high reading that for the first time. I was like, I don't, but I can relate.
Yeah, I think his son's a better writer.
I do not, but I don't think he's a worse writer.
Yeah,
I think his son's great. I think you need to read.
Wait,
I think his
Son
son gets
writes?
to the point.
Yeah, Joe Hill.
Yeah, let's read some Joe Hill books. They're
And
pretty
he
solid.
also does a lot more TV writing and stuff
And
too,
comic books.
and stuff like that. Let's get back to the other two things that I wanted to talk about on my Netflix
Hold on,
list.
I want to ask you. Since we tangented into the books, I want to ask you this: Have you
Tangent.
ever one of you read Patrick Rothfuss's "In the Name of the Wind"?
I don't even know.
Nope.
I still don't
Nope.
know who you
And
just
nope.
said.
Yep.
Patrick Rothfuss.
Oh, Rothfuss. I thought you had a Worcestershire.
There's a roughest among us.
So, Name of the Wind. It's supposed to be like this good, like trilogy, Game of Thrones-esque type thing.
Okay.
It's only 3 books. I'm 15 chapters into this book, and it is still the 15th chapter of him sitting around talking about when he was a kid. It's like hanging out with you,
Then I'm
and
probably-
I just can't fucking do
Wow.
it.
Don't know if I was insulted just then.
That was a little bit of an insult.
Yeah, a little bit of it. No, it's just very long-winded, and I'm
I
like,
don't know why. I don't know
get
why
it.
he singled me out. I've had to hear stories about him growing up too.
Yeah.
Can you go me a beer? Bitch.
No.
Oh,
Fair, man.
that's your turn. He says you got a phone ring in there. It's the legend.
That's my dad.
Oh, look at that. Tell your dad hi.
Yeah. Hey, Dad. You want to
Dad.
put it? We'll plug him in. We'll put him
Dad.
on the
Wanna play
podcast.
catch?
Oh, look at there. He called you a bitch, and then he went and got his own. I think the tables have been reversed. That's what he gets for insulting me. But there you go.
I was defending your honor, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I found out.
Hey.
I found out this week I'm a third Canadian, and I just
2.
can't be that mean. I'm not third Canadian.
So anyway, back to the Netflix conversation. I'm almost done. I've got 2 episodes left of Cowboy Bebop. And
Do you like it? The
I
reviews are terrible.
love it. No,
I'm gonna watch it.
the reviews don't get it.
Did either of you watch the anime?
I
did not.
watched all of it.
Okay, and I mean,
tried.
it's always okay. So
Oh, if you didn't dig the anime, the show's going to be hard to watch because
Okay.
no, I never tried it, but it's always like
you'll like it,
considered very
Oh, it's unbelievable.
like up there at the
Yeah.
animes.
It's maybe
I've
my
tried,
favorite. It's one of my favorite animes.
I
of all
cannot
time.
get into animes.
I can't
that's
either.
okay.
That's my thing. I just
My
can't.
brother like wouldn't talk to me because I tried to watch. What's the anime where there's like the giant humanoids like trying like eat people?
Attack of the Titans.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Like,
Fucking wild.
I don't do
He was. Do you like it?
I don't hate it. It's
He-
probably the only one I'm like, all right, I can watch. The action scenes are just ridiculous, but then like they talk for 20 fucking minutes, and I'm like, all right, I'm out again. Call me when they.
He swears up and down it's like the best thing in the world. His favorite band of all time is Tool, so take it with a grain of salt.
I love Tool.
But
They're okay.
it's like I give it 8 episodes.
It does
like,
make
I'm
sense
out.
that
And
you
it-
would like Attack on Titan if you like Tool, though.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
does-
they
that's
do.
good.
They
That
do go hand in
tracks.
hand.
So Cowboy Bebop, if you really want to give it a go, watch the movie first because it's kind of a standalone story.
Like Serenity.
Yeah, and then go. Well,
Nice.
Serenity is not really a standalone because it killed Wash. So
Yeah, I know, but
spoiler,
like
spoiler.
Never watched Firefly.
It's condensed.
Man.
It's a condensed version of
Well,
Firefly.
no. So this is just a standalone case in the movie. And you'll fall in love with the character so much that you'll go back and watch
Okay.
the series.
Okay.
And I'm rewatching the series. I'm just finished first season 1 on
Now-
Netflix.
Quick question: what is better, Cowboy Bebop or Cowboy Shit?
I do love Cowboy Bebop a lot. It took a lot more of my life.
You son of a bitch.
Do you watch it with subtitles or dubbed?
Oh, I dub it. I don't.
I dub it
don't have
too, and
time.
maybe that's
so.
messing with
I think you. I don't know if I think it was you that Missy told my teenage daughter watches TV, American TV, like New Girl. Everything she watches on Netflix, she turns subtitles on, and it drives me fucking insane.
I do for certain things like that 000 show. I turn them on.
Yeah.
And other things like that, or if it's a British show, I'll turn
Pick
them
Me
on.
Blinders or whatever. Peaky
Yeah,
Blinders.
Peaky Blinders.
I could not get into Peaky Blinders.
I've watched the whole first season, and it's
That's where I-
fine. It's fine, but I don't get the love.
I think that
That's I watched season 1.
Cillian
I'm like,
Murphy's a good actor.
I could.
no, it's not, and I 100% agree. And not Tom Holland.
He shows up
Hardy?
in season 2, which I could.
Hardy?
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
Oh, sure.
You knew he was gonna do it.
Yeah, Bane.
But
Pause for effect.
maybe
No, is he in season 2? I think he's at the end of
honestly,
season
God, maybe
1.
my least
shows
favorite
up
thing
in
about Tom is his Bane impression, and but he nails it.
He plays a badass baker, which is just like a front for a mafia, like his Jewish mafia. And,
are delicious.
Fuck you, Tom.
I don't think they make cookies so much as just bread.
Yeah, they're baking bread. They're not even shoving
Maybe
guns
pastries.
in the bread.
So back to Cowboy Bebop real quick. To
Man,
me,
this is the most tangenty episode
it's so good. John Cho is great. They casted it well. It's close enough to the cartoon for those that like it. So there is some reviews of diehard critics saying this is just bad, but there's also an equal number of reviews out there that said if you don't like this show, you just don't get it. For instance,
It's supposed to be campy.
Kaylin come downstairs and watched like 5 minutes of it. She goes, "Is this a real thing?"
Yeah.
And I go, "Yeah." And she goes, "Why is it so shitty acted?" It's campy.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be. It's
Yeah.
jazz. It's campy.
Yeah.
It's
I do like that.
the
aspect
action
of
is
it.
good.
Yeah.
The only drawback, the only thing that I don't agree with the decision that.
Tarantino-esque. It's Tarantino sometimes.
Hey, so here's the deal. I've been really diving into Korean stuff. It's Korean. If you like Squid Games, you're gonna love it. Squid Game. It's only-
Where do we fall on Squid Game?
I loved
loved it.
I just thought it was awesome.
Did you watch it?
After 2 episodes, I'm like, yeah, good.
Oh, I love it. So,
No,
yeah,
you gotta get. Once you get through episode 2, man, like the games just start getting into.
Well, now my 7-year-old is like talking about because I guess kids at school are
don't
talking
let
about
him
it.
watch it.
So my daughter, it's another like getting off the path.
We do this
But
all
my
the time.
daughter she plays at Roblox or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yes.
And I don't know what, I didn't know what Roblox was, but I guess it's creator-owned stuff.
Yeah, a
Like,
bunch
you
of
can
open source games.
open source games, and she's playing fucking red light, green light on there one day, and I'm like, let me see that. And like they are getting shot, but there's not like
Yeah, Roblox
they're
is
getting
not as
exploded or
graphic as
anything. And I'm like,
Roblox is like I would love that as a kid. Like,
Hayden loved it still, and
Yeah.
she's still
like,
been playing
John
it
will
for 5 years.
like be on there, and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm on the Canadians playing against the Columbus Blue Jackets, and he's like just sit there like with a bunch of guys playing hockey.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
he loves it.
I mean, it's cool. Vera's like, I'm winning this race right now. I'm like, Vera, you got to get on the bus. She's like, but I'm winning. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Get off.
But prizes are the payoff for winning things is big in it because you get in-game cash.
I don't think she knows that.
You can get, but I bet she does because I bet she knows how to buy new outfits and stuff.
Yeah, probably.
So anyway, back to finish up with Cowboy Bebop. I think you'll enjoy it. If you like Squid Game, you'll definitely enjoy it.
Okay. I'm gonna watch it.
And it's the things where it's very close to the cartoon are very good, and the things that they changed.
They changed the ending, right?
I haven't got there yet.
Okay.
But the only thing they really changed is in the cartoon.
How many seasons were there of the anime? Like how many episodes? Like 80-ish?
3, I think.
Oh, that's
or maybe
you.
27 episodes. Maybe
Really?
27
It's not that many.
Oh, okay. I was
27
I was,
It's a manageable
So anyway, let me
amount.
finish.
Okay.
Here's the one thing I don't like on it. So in the cartoon, Spike and Julia are his the
Is this
bad
a
guy.
classic Jeremy? We're gonna just ruin the whole
No,
fucking
the
show.
bad guy and the girl aren't really fleshed out in the show. The show's about Spike and the crew and kind of ignoring the past. But Spike torments him through Vicious, the bad guy, torments him through the whole thing. They opted to give Vicious a big backstory in this, other than making him just evil. And sometimes his backstory doesn't work that well. Like, fleshing him out doesn't work for me as well. I wish they'd have spent more time with John Cho and that crew.
So why was Vicious not fleshed out because he was taking time off to play softball?
Yes. That's a deep inside wrestling joke right there.
52 episodes.
52, there you go, 52.
Right.
But, yeah, so in the cartoon, he's just evil, and he's the bad guy, and that's all you need to know. In the show, they give him more of a story, and sometimes that can be good. In this instance, sometimes it just makes me miss seeing John Cho on screen.
Ooh, callback. That's the thing I liked about Ghostbusters is they have random weird ghosts.
What? That was like an hour ago.
I know. They don't explain anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love how they just never explain
I
that.
don't
why
consider that a
Muncher is.
callback. That's just bringing back an old topic.
Yeah. It's the beginning of the episode.
And then finally, I think it's good. I don't know how great it is, but I've also been watching Arcane, which is that League of Legends cartoon on
I
Netflix.
watched like 3 episodes. 2 episodes.
They release 3 episodes every Friday, and the animation is unbelievably
Just
good.
spectacular.
Yeah.
I watched the end of the second episode last night, and it hooked me. Like, I really want to watch the next episode. And then I was like, well, is this a good game? And I went onto YouTube and watched people play it for 10 minutes, and it's a lot of like,
It is a
lot of Korean dudes yelling at each other.
It is
And I
a
was like, I'm out.
massive e-game, esports game. And I can't
It's not for
understand
me.
a fucking thing that's going on. It's so fast. And
Yeah.
they're like, it's a good spectators. No, it's not.
Yeah, this guy's
It'd be
like-
watching hockey at 3 times speed. It just wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
This guy's yelling about something that happened. I'm like, I thought you were just standing on that wall over there. Which character are you?
Casting spells or something. But anyway, that's all I brought in the random hit section. You got anything?
I started Jungle Cruise. I haven't finished it.
Oh, I'm going to watch it this week, I think.
I hate it so much.
Maybe I won't then.
Why is that?
So,
Is Dwayne not doing it for you anymore?
no, he's not. I asked Rachel
Oh.
if she thought he was sexy. Because I'm curious. Because I've never heard a girl be like, you hear like Jason Momoa.
I think
or
at
Bradley
one time,
Cooper.
but now he's too big.
He's too big, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I go, Jason Momoa or The Rock? And she's like, The Rock, because he has less dirty hair.
My wife was talking to her dad on the phone yesterday, and they were talking about maybe watching. He was talking about he was going to watch that, and and Missy goes, "Well, that Rock, he's big," and he goes, I don't know what he's done." I said, "All the steroids,
Yeah, all the drugs.
all of them."
Yeah. Anyways, so back to the movie though. It's fine. It's an adventure. The kids like it. Vera's digging it, but it's a cross between The Mummy with Brendan Fraser, which I went back and started
America's
rewatching
Sweetheart.
again because I love it so
What,
much.
is it 2002?
2002.
No, he's made a big comeback.
2000.
Brendan Fraser has?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
super.
coming back. He's in Doom Patrol. He was in.
No, he's in that Scorsese movie coming up.
Yeah.
But before that, he was on he's so beloved on the internet. And when he found out he was doing an interview with someone, and they read something of what the internet started to say about him on a regular basis, and he got all teary eyed. And now the world's like, oh, he's the next. He's like, people love him.
He's like the next Tom Hanks.
And
What? Come on now.
Look it up.
They're trying. People like him that much.
They do.
He's just genuinely that nice of a
Yeah,
person.
I
said-
have heard he's a very
yeah.
nice guy. He was
But-
on Mark Maron a long time ago, and I was like, yeah, he's a delight.
But and the internet is in love with him right
Yeah,
now.
but so this movie is a cross between The Mummy and the original Pirates of the Caribbean, with somehow worse graphics than both of those movies.
Special
Yeah,
effects.
special effects, and I'm just like, why? Why? It could have been really cool. Like the bad guys in this are basically like the bad guys in the second Pirates of the Caribbean. Like are all the Pirates of the Caribbean bad guys were like the ocean takes them over, but these are the jungle takes them
Gotta
over.
be honest, I've only watched the first Pirates of the Caribbean.
You know, that's the other one.
I watched the one with Keith Richards just to see. Wasn't good.
He's in a couple of them.
Yeah, but he
Is Johnny Depp still canceled?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think he is. I think they tried. And
I
they
think
still put him in
technically it's not that he's canceled anymore. He's on
I think he's on
cancel, but he's
probation.
still unlikable
He's on
as a
pro-
human.
Speaking of people
And
coming
smelly.
back from the dead, okay, that's good. Of canceled, Mel Gibson's gonna do Lethal Weapon
he's
5.
going to direct
Direct
it
it.
too. Yeah.
No, he's still canceled.
Do we need Lethal Weapon 5?
People are up in arms
Did we
that
need
he's
anything
getting.
after Lethal Weapon 2?
He was in.
Great
What's
question.
that Santa Claus movie?
Well, he was in that dad. The
Angry Dads or whatever.
yeah, whatever. What is it with Will Ferrell and
Mark Wahlberg's
Wahlberg?
kind of
Yeah.
a dickbag too. So
Is he?
He beat up an Asian dude and he had it scrubbed from his record.
No, he beat up an Asian dude when he was 16.
Yeah, it's still a dickbag movie.
Yeah, I know it's a dick bag.
Instead of
move,
owning
but
it though, he had it scrubbed and wiped away. He
He's
could have
talked
been like,
about
"I'm not a
it.
jerk."
He's talked about it a million times.
still kinda douchey.
It's weird how he's becoming the internet. He's becoming Twitter. He's going back and finding old tweets and hating people.
no, I don't care about that.
John Cancel Bender.
Yeah, no, I just think that Mark Wahlberg always looks like a douche. I think in real life he's an asshole.
Oh, he
just
does.
looks like
He
an asshole.
doesn't come across as the nicest guy to be around.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't really care.
Yeah, well, that's all.
And I don't think he's
Donnie's
good
the
at-
nice of the three ones, right?
Yeah, he is. He's
Or what about the one who does all the grilling and
Paul?
cooking? Are we ever getting Wahlburgers here?
No. I wish.
Probably.
I love him.
I think we will eventually.
Maybe. Kansas City's
Isn't
getting
Donnie the one that's married to Jenny McCarthy?
Yes.
Correct.
And Paul Wahlberger
Cool.
is the
They're probably
chef,
getting COVID.
and then they've got another one. Yeah, you said that facts,
Is
Jay.
Donnie Wahlberg's best work Band of Brothers or New Kids on the Block?
It's Band of
Oh
Brothers.
God, it's got to be Chicago or whatever his show is.
Is he still got a show?
I don't know what the fuck the name of that
Band
show.
of Brothers.
Boston. This is Boston. What is it? Where's he police at on that show?
I
Doesn't
fucking no idea. I don't watch.
gotta be
I mean, I
Boston.
know I
They're
look
Boston
like
dudes. Why
I know
would
that I
you-
look like I'm 60 and watch CBS, but I don't.
Yeah, they're Boston dudes. They've got to be Boston.
You see, I don't think it is though. I think that makes sense, but I don't think it is.
Band of Brothers is so good.
Something blue.
Yeah,
Something blue.
yeah.
I don't know.
Was this a
It's not
wedding?
NYPD blue. They
No,
should
it's
bring
not that.
back.
It's yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know that I brought anything else today to talk about.
What were we talking about?
I don't fucking. It's hard to say.
Oh, Jungle Cruise. It
Yeah.
sucks.
Where are we talking about Jungle Cruise? I thought we'd wrapped up with that.
It's not that great.
Although anytime you do compare anything to anything other than the first Pirates, that's a loss.
Emily Blunt is really good in it, though. I'll give her that.
I like Emily Blunt.
She's carrying the movie. And The Rock, he's trying to do his charm thing, but it's the same character in every movie.
Speaking. Go ahead.
I did see the trailer for the Legion of Super Pets.
Is there a full trailer now?
Yeah, I saw
Legion
it before.
of Super Pets.
It's
Yeah.
so there's
The
a
Rock is Superdog.
he's Crypto. John Krasinski's Superman. The voice
Is he
of
really?
Superman. Yeah.
I didn't know they were going to be like actual.
I'm-
Wait,
heroes.
is this like a comic book thing?
Yeah, so
cartoon.
in the comic books, there really was Crypto the Super Dog. It was Superboy's dog, and it gets convoluted. But so they're making a movie about Crypto, and then
Oh, we've run out of ideas.
but Kevin Hart is one of the dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, just like he was in Secret Life of
Pet
Pets.
Two? Yeah.
But I gotta tell you,
Or Secret Life of
the
Pets 1
trailer
and 2.
made me laugh out loud. So
Did it?
I'm
Okay.
gonna
I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Blue Bloods is the name of that.
Yeah.
Uh,
I took Vera to get her vaccination today, and
Aiden got her first one.
well, you guys want your kids to have chips?
Yeah.
she's 5G'd.
I was proud of John. He did not cry.
Neither did Vera. She did a good job, but you gotta wait like the 15 minutes or whatever.
I don't know. You go.
Oh well, you do. You're supposed to wait like
Yes,
the 15
yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
So I was trying to be a good dad and like wait 15.
Oh
minutes.
yeah, mine's like 10. Oh, it is. Blue Bloods isn't a family of New York cops, so
Oh, look
yeah,
at that.
not Boston.
Anyways,
Boston.
Sing was on in the.
Oh, Sing
waiting
2, I
room.
saw that trailer.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for Sing 2, and I was like, I kind of want to watch this. Was
fucking-
Sing any good? And then
it
I started
made-
watching it, and I'm like, this fucking.
Sting is very good.
It made me. Sting 2 did something I thought was impossible. It,
Not Sting, it's Sing.
Sing 2 made me do something I thought was impossible. It made me enjoy a U2 song. Because in the trailer for it, she comes out and sings it. And the way her voice
Was that
sounds,
his song?
In the Name of
Are you-
Love. Yeah.
Oh, it is a U2 song, isn't it?
Yeah, I
You-
don't like
You two, I have a complicated.
The big line is
Bono makes it hurts. It hurts being a Bono. I mean, he really got full of himself.
My phone.
But he's like a good dude.
he is
Is
a good
he?
dude.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of money on
or is-
AIDS.
Or is he the poster child for good people? Like, is he the face of good things?
I watched a Bill Maher clip over the weekend, and the thing about good people is they're a little smug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite joke about
That was
you
a good
two
clip.
is when Bono comes out on stage and says, "Are you ready to rock?"
No!
Edge says yes and walks off and goes to another concert.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then he gets on a scaffolding and power bombs Christian. I'm going to do wrestling
boy.
jokes as many times as I can.
That's your thing. We should start making you, any situation we come up with, we should make you do a wrestling analogy.
I like it.
Give us
What is it? What is it? I'm kind of curious, though. You two,
I'm kind of curious about you, too.
I think... I love you for that. I like you.
Taking in this.
I like you two, but I gotta say, going to their concert at Busch Stadium was one of the most miserable experiences in my life.
Zoo TV? I mean, it wasn't...
I don't think you could pay me.
All right, so here, all right.
Concert.
You could pay me.
I
I certainly wouldn't buy the ticket.
Joshua Tree is one of the top 50 albums
That's a
of all
great
time.
album.
And then
Great
I Love War.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
And there's one more that's really good. And that
And unfortunately, then they started forcing us on their iPhones.
everything in the 90s is pretty
Oh,
good.
boy. In the 2000s, let's not even get started.
Hey, did you guys hear that Kid Rock's got a new song?
Kid Rock's got a million songs.
Is it called
that
Let's
you
Go
don't know.
Brandon?
No, it's not Let's Go Brandon, but it's
Probably.
definitely all about First Amendment, free speech.
Did you
shit.
know that he
It's
has
so
a White
fucking
House
bad.
in Nashville, outside of Nashville? A White
Yeah,
House.
yeah, he
Built a
does.
White House.
And he's got a big middle finger on it.
The White House.
But there was like a
rebuilt it.
30-second clip on YouTube or on Twitter last night, and I listened to it, and it sounds like every Kid Rock song ever. And
See, that's not true.
My name
Yeah, those Kid Rock songs sound drastically different from now Kid Rock songs. Like "Devil Without a Cause."
yeah.
That was a Kid Rock that when I, unfortunately when I was in college, I could get behind. Now he's like very much not even bro country. He's political country now.
Yeah,
and I
it's
can't.
real annoying.
Yeah, big
Somebody else put a clip out there that he was like the most political, and they were like Kid Rock's changed, and somebody was like, "What do you mean?" And they put out a clip from I don't know Lollapalooza.
He was wearing
or
a
whatever.
pimp outfit, and he was
It's like-
with Run
He
DMC.
goes, "This is how political I get. Monica Lewinsky's a whore and Bill Clinton's a pimp."
Yeah.
And then everybody cheered.
And then now he's like,
And then Ted Nugent showed up and was like, hey, gimmick infringement.
the best Kid Rock story that I know of, and it
Is that
actually
he's actually a millionaire?
it involves me, is the very first time I ever went to Nashville, me and Missy, because of lack of open places, ate a steak, very good steak, at his bar.
Yeah.
I had to go to the bathroom, and right there in the urinal, someone had wrote, and I apologize for the language, wrote "Kid Rock is a fag" on the urinal. And in my mind, it's the bar manager. That's my mind.
Somebody told me when I went to Nashville, Kid Rock is a fan.
It just rolls off the tongue. That's the song that writes itself. And on that note, I don't think we have anything else to talk about.
This is the most random fucking
give me a wrestling analogy for how bad it is to get out of this episode.
Bender's a jobber. Well, hey, you're St. Louis. There
Rich.
you go. He's doing all right.
know who
Dead.
that
He's
is.
dead.
He's dead, yeah. R.I.P. Spoiler alert. Steve
My
Jobs is
neighbor.
dead.
Oh, hey,
Hey, at the
I'll
movie,
go
the
a
Steve
little
Jobs
longer.
movie, he's going to die.
My
Spoiler alert.
my neighbor.
He jobbed to death.
My neighbor's first job out of college was working at Enterprise, and
I'm sorry.
He's got a picture in his
Is he Indian?
garage. No,
That's terrible.
that is
That's a
terrible.
bad joke.
Cut that.
I mean, it's not a bad joke, but it's a bad joke.
But he's got a picture in his garage, a signed autograph picture of the Road Warriors.
Oh,
Because I guess one of the
R.I.P.
Road Warriors
Yeah.
until he died
One half.
would come in about.
But
Did they both die now?
Now they're both dead.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, when did John Laurinaitis die?
Animal died like about a year ago.
Oh yeah, COVID
Yeah.
got him.
But he
That's
came in, and he would rent cars from him to go to like shows and conventions and stuff. And he would always come in and say, "Hey, I'm a road warrior." And Jake is 28 now, so
Yeah.
he's probably 22 at the time. Has no idea who the fuck this guy is. And he's like, "Hey, I'm a road warrior. Can I get a free car?" And he'd be like, "I can't give it to you for free, but I'll give you the full discount for asking." Like
Yeah.
all the time. Every week he'd come in and ask.
So
Nice.
COVID killed Animal and beer killed Hawk
I think it was painkillers.
and booze and all
booze.
of it. Yeah.
Oh,
Worst angle. One of the
what a
worst
rush.
angles in the history of pro wrestling.
Not great.
Would you
Which
say?
way
Hey,
still
would you
alive?
say? Would you say that angle was the worst final run of any wrestler comparable to us trying to close this episode? Finally.
Well, when it comes to angles, I don't want to be curt.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yes.
I could have made that joke.
Hey, hey, your St. Louis Blues, as our lovable host, is wearing a Blues sweatshirt right now and a hoodie.
Certainly am.
They're up 4-2 against the Vegas Golden Knights.
The Golden Showers.
Really?
I don't know. It seems an easy joke.
This
I mean, I'm sure
Low-hanging
somebody's
fruit.
getting one in
That's
Vegas right
low-hanging.
now.
That's low.
This show has gone off the rails more than Eric Clapton in the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh.
Would you say it fell out of the building worse than his son did?
Did we what was Shock Jock podcast?
What was that comedian's name that did the joke about him? Jasenik or whatever his name is?
Jeselnik. Anthony Jeselnik.
Yeah. Have you ever heard his joke about that?
I love Jeselnik. As a rule, I love everything he does.
He's like,
Is Clapton an anti-vaxxer now? So I guess it's okay to make fun of him.
His joke is on
And
that
that's
is
anti-safety locks on a window.
he goes. I think his name was Clapton. It doesn't matter, but it was
Eric Clapton.
No, his son that fell out. He goes,
Oh, Splat Clapton.
"Oh, Jesus, no!" He goes, "Well, you know why that kid died?
Yeah.
For inspiration."
I do remember that joke.
And then he peels the joke back and explains it. It's like, that clumsy lad.
By the way, I think it would be whatever the kid's name is, Bobby Splatton. All right, Blues are winning right now. Blues, where are we at in the
Blues
season?
are winning 4-2. They're okay to good. Hey, this show's gonna be released on Wednesday.
It is.
All right,
6-year anniversary and Turkey Day.
John Shannon, you gutless coward.
Oh boy, he's been talking shit on you on the Twitters.
You're getting 15.5 points, or I'm getting 15.5 points on Friday. Ball up, baby. Let's do some kind of bet. I'm thinking if the Hogs can cover, I will wear a Arkansas shirt at some event of your choosing. But if my Gers can cover, I think you need to wear a Mizzou shirt at my choosing. Probably a holiday of some sort. So call in, big man, if you got the cojones.
I'm going to clip that and send it to him earlier, before the episode's even released. I'm going to send it straight to him. But before I do anything else, I'm going to wrap this episode up.
Hold on to your butt.
Oh, you did it out of order.
Let's go, Blues!
I like how when we get together.